I don't know who needs to hear this, but I was just driving home from getting some food for my kiddos, and I was just thinking about where my life is and what's going on in my life right now. And it just dawned on me that I've been living in a space of just not loving myself. Um, there's people around me who are like, oh my gosh, you've been married for so long. Like, why don't you try to make it work? And, for yourself and for your kids, just give it a chance. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I know these people are coming from a good place. Like, there's people who've never had a successful relationship, who people who are lonely and wanting a partner, who are open to sharing somebody just so they can say they have someone. But I'm not vibrating on that level anymore. I used to be willing to look past red flags in my partner. At one point, I was even willing to turn a blind eye to the possibility of him being with someone else, thinking to myself, well, we have 4 kids, we've been together for 18 years. Maybe I can live with this. And then I realized, sorry, that's just not how I roll. I can't. I've seen people around me that have done that and they're dying inside. There's no life in their body. They're moving around hollow. And I can't live in that space. I had to take a really long, hard look at myself and say, girl, you are not moving like someone who love themselves. Like, you're truly just sitting here in pain and just holding on to hope that he will change. Um, Newsflash, he's not gonna change. Like, he's 39 years old. He's not changing. Like, it's not happening. So what needs to happen is you changing for yourself. I really had to look myself in the mirror and say, hey, you need to start operating like you love you. Like, you've experienced love, but you've also experienced heartbreak twice. And the second time was earth shattering to the point where you were considering suicide. Like, that's crazy. And looking back at it right now, I was thinking to myself back then, like, oh, I can't live without him. What am I going to do with myself? And not even taking consideration that I had beautiful babies to live for. Like, why would I want to end me because someone else didn't love me? But then I realized I wasn't operating like I love me either. So I had to make a change. And the change I needed to make was to start loving me. And that's what I've decided to do. And so, with that being said, I started to move like someone who loved themselves, i.e., letting go of that relationship, still loving him. I mean, I spent a better part of my adult life with him, but I realized that he himself don't love him. So how could I ever think that he could love me? And that was like a mind fuck. Like, why haven't I thought of this whole time? How can I hand my heart to someone who don't have love for themselves? How can I expect him to love me, right? I had to teach people how to love me by loving myself first. And so I'm on that journey of love, true love for myself, true love for my kids, teaching them how to love themselves. And as they get older, then they'll have a natural, authentic understanding of what love is and that they can identify love when they see it. And so I'm loving my spouse at a distance while I get myself together so we can get a divorce. And it was shocking to my family because I'm the only granddaughter on my mom's side of the family who have ever been in a relationship long enough to have 4 kids and establish a home and a career and all of that. And all of that fell apart. But I'm not in a low vibration. I'm not sad. I'm actually optimistic about the future. I'm looking at my soon-to-be ex-husband and I'm seeing him just not loving himself. He's out here acting like a single man, and more power to him, you know? At some point, I guess he'll love himself enough to realize that just sleeping around is not showing love to yourself. I mean, you're sharing your soul, your essence with random people. At some point, he will learn to love himself. But for now, I give him room to explore, and hopefully it's sometime in the near future or whatever, I guess. It's really up to him to learn to love himself. Um, yeah. Yeah, I felt I needed to come and state this because there's a lot of women out there right now that are experiencing heartbreak, that are willing to hold on to a relationship because of the kids, because of what they think their family will say, because of a lot of things. But girl, like I just said to myself, choose you, right? Learn to love you. Loving you is first identifying that you've been accepting and settling for something that is just not good for you. And then taking some time to cry it out if you need to. Hell, burn a couple sheets or shirts if you feel the need. Don't burn the house down, okay? But make sure the next day you get up, put them damn running shoes on, go outside, get some fresh air, take a walk, go for a run, whatever you need. Take a deep breath, do some meditation, get a book on mastering your emotions. Get a book on meditation, center yourself, and start your life over. Loving you. Yeah, that's it. Hope this helps, and I'll keep it coming. All right.